Eat better pizza. Jets.
The piggy bank. When you were a kid, it was the symbol of savings and responsibility, helping you to save money for the things you really wanted. Today, shop at Meijer. Further with our low Meijer prices on thousands of items you use every day. And don't forget about our great sales. Plus, you can save even more by signing up for M-Perks, so you can take offers with our digital coupons and rewards. You know, come to think about it, Meijer's just like a piggy bank, but even better.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back inside the. We have reached the first intermission. Robert Morris 0, DU 0, nothing. One thing on that score sheet, Ellis goes off for cross-checking at 11:52. DU had a power play, had a couple of, for the most part, nothing too scary on it, and really that's kind of the definition of the period. I think Robert Morris probably had 3 or 4 chances, but none of them really even got on goal or close to goal. In the first minute, where a diving save was made by Gravelin. He was a little bit out of position as a result, and Jacobs collapsed down on the net, held the goalpost, and made a kick save, which was a beautiful, beautiful play. That was probably the wildest scramble there against DU until the final minute, where another very similar, save and big rebound opportunity came to the middle. Outside of those chances, DU, I'd say, really kind of held their own and had a really good defensive period. Meanwhile, on the other end of the ice, a big wrist shot moving in on the high slot by Frank was probably DU's best opportunity. They had a couple of rushes as well and some centering passes that just never really found their mark. A lot of play kind of in neutral possession play on the outside, and they'll always tell you, you're trying to get to the inside in hockey and get inside the defenseman, get inside the forwards, move to the middle of the ice. That's where shots are very difficult for goaltenders to both pick up and get to see a lot of that through the first 20 minutes of play due to the stellar defenses of both teams. And when there was opportunities, both netminders were well prepared to make saves. So that's really our first intermission update for you folks, brought to you by Michigan Office Solutions. With that, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more tournament. We talked about it yesterday, letting you know what the effects, possible, positive, from last night's game could be for DU. We'll be back after this timeout.
Broadmoor Motors is a family-owned and operated dealership that also rents vehicles. Broadmoor has small to full-size cars, passenger vans, minivans, sports cars, and more. That variety, plus their exceptional service, is what's made them become Davenport University's preferred rental company. They also have an extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles for Broadmoor stands by their philosophy of a no-pressure sales approach and a reputation for providing Grand Rapids with quality pre-owned vehicles. Located just south of M6 on the corner of M37 and 68th Street in Caledonia, Hastings, Broadmoor has you covered for all of your automotive needs for rental, sales, and service.
Have you ever chartered a bus? Missing something. Think about the last time you loaded up the family, the soccer team, the church group, the relatives, and neighbors, or some people from work. Then you drove to Chicago, Detroit, Lansing, Indy, or wherever, probably in several cars or SUVs. Charter a Cardinal bus. A spacious, comfortable Cardinal bus saves you time, hassle, and money. And it's the greenest way to travel. Buses use 80% less fuel per passenger than the average car. Cardinal takes care of directions, parking, and traffic while you and your group relax and enjoy the trip in comfort. Reclining seats, big picture windows, a restroom, and a multi-screen DVD. Let Cardinal Buses take you there. Visit cardinalbuses.com or call 1-800-521-6006.
Does your office have a combination of printers, copiers, scanners, and fax machines that aren't working together, are unreliable, inefficient, and often poorly suited for their tasks? This efficiency drain can hurt your business and your image. Michigan Office Solutions gives you control of imaging, managing and storing your documents so you can reduce expenses while operating more efficiently. Michigan Office Solutions specifies the most reliable, trouble-free office equipment in the industry. For more than 50 years, Michigan businesses have known they can count on Michigan Office Solutions to improve the way they get things done. Check them out at mos-xerox.com. Again, that's mos-xerox.com. Michigan Office Solutions. Our people, one purpose. Delivering a world-class customer experience.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back inside the Patterson Ice Center. Here as the first intermission is going to roll on here. I'm going to take a look at the national picture here. DU came into the weekend at 12th. Robert Morris came in at 2nd. Obviously, DU getting a big victory here. I believe Central Oklahoma did also have a victory last night. Actually, he was losing to Iowa State, if my memory serves correctly, last night. So let's tell you how things would look as of today. Top 20 teams make it unless we get surprises in the division or in the conference races. We had 2, West Virginia and Syracuse, winning. So basically what we'd be looking at is on Wednesday, if everything stayed according to as it is now, Illinois and Mercyhurst would be dropped from the tournament at 19 and 20. In would go West Virginia and Syracuse for winning their conference. Syracuse would play number 13 Navy. West Virginia at 19 would play Arizona. Oakland would play Buffalo. Lindenwood would play Rhode Island. That would be on Wednesday. On Thursday, the winner of those games, the 4 teams that won those games, would go on to play the top 4 seeds, which as of right now would be Arizona State, Robert Morris, Oklahoma, and Liberty. Mind you, DU on the year at this point 2-2 against those teams. So just want to point that out to you here. If you hear those names, what does it really mean? Well, DU lost to in Liberty by a goal, won a game against Liberty here at Patterson, and then obviously has yesterday's win against Robert Morris on their side. With this one still TBD, they could be potentially looking at an above 500 record against those 2 teams at the top of the nation. Then after that, so there's your Monday and your Tuesday, or excuse me, your Wednesday and your Thursday. On Friday, then the 5-12 games will start, as you will get Stony Brook playing Davenport as of today, Adrian Central Oklahoma, Ohio versus Minnesota State, Delaware versus Iowa State. Once you get down through those games, you're in the final 8, and you'd be looking at a Saturday, Sunday, and either Monday or Tuesday national title game. A couple of interesting possibilities here. If Adrian stays at 6, and if DU wins 2, they may jump up Central Oklahoma, let's say. They would play Adrian in round 1 as the 6-11 matchup, and that would be on Friday. Interesting possibility. Also, those 2, now remember, those 2 split, with Adrian winning 2 at Patterson, DU winning 2 in Adrian. And remember, they're still potentially going to play one more time in the GLCHL tournament. So some interesting possibilities along those lines. Other possibilities that could be a little bit interesting, like we said, DU playing Stony Brook in round 1, if nothing else should change. They are 22-4-3 at this point, and they have spent the majority of the year in the top 5. In the second round game, again, the way the brackets would be set up, I believe they would face the winner of the 1. Yes, they would face the winner of the 1-8 game. Again, this is assuming everything goes to Hoyle. And then they could potentially face Arizona State in round 2 should they survive. So interesting look at what could be coming up here on the national tournament, on the national front. DU, though, for the most part, pretty confident that, you need to be in the top 18. They're at 12 coming into the weekend. They get a victory over number 2. That should pretty much solidify their spot in nationals. Folks, we're going to step aside. When we come back, second period action coming up from Patterson. You're listening to the Davenport Athletic Network. The Dan, we're here on senior night. We'll be back after this timeout.
Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge. Voted Grand Rapids' best sports bar 6 years in a row. The best in sports action. Red Wings, Pistons, NCAA basketball, including every second of March Madness. Daily drink specials. 22 beers on tap. Express lunch buffet Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Grand Rapids' favorite happy hour with the $2.99 appetizer menu. Incredible takeout and late night pizza specials. Kitchens open until 1:30 a.m. every night. Check out all the great specials and events at Uccello's.com. Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge, where great food and sports come together in Grand Rapids, Caledonia, and Standale.
Taste is what makes a pizza a Jets pizza. Our special recipe, combined with only high-quality ingredients, fresh dough made daily, rich sauce, and premium mozzarella cheese gives you a great-tasting pizza. No matter what the occasion, whether it's a family gathering at home or watching your favorite team in your dorm room, call and ask us about our Jets Pizza's monthly specials. You can call to order one of our specialty pizzas or build one to your own taste with free flavored crust. And make sure to ask for our coupon prices when you call. Whether joining us at our place for lunch or enjoying delivery at your place for a meal or snack, Jets Pizza can deliver not only pizza, but salads, wings, subs, jet spread, cinnamon sticks, and Coke products. Catering service is available for parties of all sizes. Call your Davenport University Jets in Caledonia at 9349 Cherry Valley Avenue at 891-8800.
Life is short. Eat better pizza. Let's get Jets.
The piggy bank. When you were a kid, it was the symbol of savings and responsibility, helping you to save money for the things you really wanted. Today, you can simply shop at Meijer, where your money goes further with our low Meijer prices on thousands of items you use every day. And don't forget about our great sales. Plus, you can save even more by signing up for M-Perks, so you can take advantage of great offers with our digital coupons and rewards. You know, come to think about it, Meijer is just like a piggy bank, but even better.
Broadmoor Motors is a family-owned and operated dealership that also rents vehicles. Broadmoor has small to full-size cars, 12-passenger vans, minivans, sports cars, and more. That variety, plus their exceptional service, is what's made them become Davenport University's preferred rental company. They also have an extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles for sale. Broadmoor stands by their philosophy of a no-pressure sales approach and a reputation for providing Grand Rapids with quality pre-owned vehicles. Located just south of M6 on the corner of M37 and 68th Street in Caledonia, and now serving Hastings, Broadmoor has you covered for all of your automotive needs for rental, sales, and service.
Alrighty, folks, so Robert Morris back on the ice here. They're on their bench waiting for DU to join them. The coaches aren't even walking around yet, but we still have, as you can see, 1:13 left on the clock. DU got, as he said multiple times throughout the course of the day, they got the big 3-1 victory last night. It was goals by Frank and Kleiman and McCarthy were the difference for DU. McConnell had a power play tally for Robert Morris. I think they just notified DU. I don't remember actually a horn going off, so maybe DU unaware that the period had, or that the intermission winding down here, but they should be coming out of the locker room shortly. I can see the coaches beginning to make their way around to the bench. Very entertaining first period. Scoring chances, for the most part, were sparse, I would say, but there was a lot of action, a lot of end-to-end, very physical play. DU was very physical with Robert Morris yesterday, and in the early stages, throughout the majority of the game last night, it didn't look like Robert Morris was matching the physical intensity of DU. At this point, they've matched it pretty evenly thus far, so a little bit of a change there as that physical play kind of got ramped up here in period number one, and I don't see any reason why that's going to slow down at all over the course of the next two periods of play. And now here come the Panthers out of the dressing room. All right, senior night festivities, wildly entertaining, very enjoyable. First period also much the same, and now we're getting ready for period number two here. DU will send Ogden Flood, and Wishmeyer will be the other winger out there with Hofer and Jacobs at the point. Sargas having words with Ogden. Sargas, who commits less than a penalty per game, or less than a minute per game in penalties. Last game, or throughout the season, committed 3 penalties and had 6 minutes yesterday. And here we go. We come to center, and off we go. Period number two underway here for the Panthers and the Robert Morris Eagles. And Jacobs will just knock it out to center, looking to stretch with DU. Ogden with a nice job, forcing a play. Now it's chip and chase time for the Panthers. It rattles around, thrown back by Conan, and then Toes with a quick pass up. Seamock couldn't see it. Down on one leg, Jacobs couldn't help keep it in. Playing back, though, was a defenseman for forward getting back was Wishmeyer, I believe. The puck worked its way to the middle. Gravelin standing close to the post. Puck squirted then to the middle again, and now it'll be cleared back by DU. 3 of them up and over the line. They work it to Ogden in the middle. A shot save. Rebound is going to be not existent and grabbed. Good rush there by those 3, and Ogden couldn't, and he's really upset with himself. Couldn't bury it, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off. We are just underway in period 2, 19:23 to go. And a good rush there for the Panthers early on. Frank, Eckler, Blumke, the forward line for DU now. Puck sits on the dot. Eckler tried to poke it through and move to the middle. That didn't work out, and going one way and then back the other will be O'Connell, the defenseman. Pass off the wall looking for Winkler. Winkler then just swept it in past Windecker. Ernst with a big check into the wall, but he played it around. It's now worked to Diaz, looking to step into one. A shot and a blocker save. Good eye by Gravelin, and Frank batting one out of midair. Good job by Frank there, and let's see what they do here. Blumke touches it. It'll be hit with a high stick, and Blumke said, they waved it off eventually. Blumke a wrap. I don't know what that was there. Puck loose to the net. I think the referee just decided, all right, well, fine. If nobody's going to play it, let's go. And we play on here. Net's knocked off the moorings. Let's see here. Di Cristofaro trying to get the referee's attention there. That was kind of an odd play, as it was hit with a high stick by a Panther player. Nobody wanted to touch it. I'm wondering if the referee just didn't clear out. But anyway, it's a good force by Zach Blumke, back in the lineup tonight. Diaz pleading his case as he goes off. O'Connell also talking to the official as he needs to get off now. Face off in deep. Now remember that here. They're still screaming at the Eagles bench about that play. O'Connell's just hopping over the boards now, but we're back to it. Here's the Miko now. Has it right in front of us here at the wall. Munford with a nice little push down there, but it's controlled now by Kuda. He'll wrap, slam it off the boards, and follow-up comes. Nice little back check and stick lift. Oh, and then it was just poked away from big Josh Mumford, and it'll be fired right back in by Hofer on goal. Martoriano cleared it to the line, or it gets to the line. Munford looked for a slap pass on the backside of it. That was just knifed away and ends up into the corner. Martiano back on it, behind the red line, flips it off the glass, didn't get out. Good job by McCarthy to control a shot, and might have been going wide, but Di Cristofaro didn't want to take any chances. He'll glove it off and whistle on a face-off upcoming. 17:57 to go, second period. DU maybe trying to tilt the ice a little bit here in the early stages of period 2. They got White, Ampolin, and Mason Bollinger's the other forward out there. Face-off won by Robert Morris. Good speed there around the net to create time was Montague. And then Montague's going to knock one out of midair. White had it, though, and DU looking to set up here. Walsh will break out. Poland tried to touch pass. That didn't work, and it's driven about 90 feet back and deep. Near turnover behind the net. And it seems like it was a clear away there, luckily. And Ellis now had it, and you got it, I take it, Pantello. Had to get rid of it as he was being harassed, and Walsh with it. Attacked by Ellis. Walsh with a good kick off a stanchion. That rolled through some legs, and now Poland's going to pick it up over the line. Long shot on, save, and an easy one there. And Montague pushes White out of the way, and face-off will be deep in the offensive end for the Panthers again, as they've, again, working at tilting that ice down. 17-13 to go. A little bit slower pace here. DU, though, getting some shots on. Longer shots, but still getting some shots towards the net now. Wishmeyer out with his line. Won, though, by the Eagles, Sargis. Looking for a toss to Seamock. Can he run it down? Well, Seamock just wiped out Jacobs, who ran into him. Another hit behind the play. Let's hope both of those guys are okay to get up. Jacobs is up. Seamock is going to stay in the game as well, as the Eagles have control. They work it back to the point. Now to the middle, Montague. Got to play it off the wall. He didn't really have much to do, so he just slapped it in. Jacobs will reverse flow. Ogden's going to try to get there. It got by, and Montague now controls at center. He gave it away to Ogden. Ogden looking to get in. A slapper, and it rolled wide. Didn't get as much on it as he wanted to, and the big rebound all the way out to center. Jacobs throws it up the middle. Montague slams it right back in, and Grabbing a loose puck here will be Jacobs. He'll hit Ogden. Ogden felt the pressure of Conan coming. He played it away. Ogden needs to go off. Look out here. Sargis in a foot race. DU trying to get back in position here. Sargis behind the net. He's bumped by Hofer. Sargis able to get all the way around. Got a man in the high slot. Look out here. A one-timer, and Gravelin made a great stop. Ernst had been at the high slot open, and a nice stop there by Gravelin moving to the middle. Coach Sweeney upset about that opportunity for the Eagles. Jacobs and Hofer will skate off here. Ernst now in to take the draw for the Eagles. He's got O'Connell behind him in a shooting hole. And meanwhile, the referee, I think finally for the first time, the coach for Robert Morris has had an opportunity to chat with the official about that high sticking call from about 2 minutes ago. Really not much you can do about it now, but let's play on here. Off the draw, it's won by the Eagles. O'Connell a shot. Gravelin in an easy save and puts it into the corner. Now Windecker looking to put his man into the wall. Fighting three, Winkler, a shot save, and Gravelin's got it as Gravelin kept Winkler to the outside, and a backhander was an easy save for the netminder. Winkler, Ernst, the other winger is Pontello. Bealey trying to tie up his man. Windecker gets a stick in there, so does Eckler. Ernst out there as well as Winkler. Pontello looking to one-time it. That never got on. DU's going to go to the penalty box here as Eckler touches it. And we're going to get a hooking call upcoming at the 4:10 mark. And the first power play of the game for the Eagles will begin here. It was a hooking call to Bealey. Bealey, not a frequently penalized player for DU. In 33 games, this is game actually 30. Yesterday was game 34. He's only has 16 penalty minutes so far on the year. Power play upcoming, and pop-off shot hit something and squirts off into the corner. Conan will play it around deep. Lale's got to go chase it down. Tied up along the wall was Riley. Still tied up along the boards here. Riley digs it out. Little stick lift by Walsh. Ogden, a ferocious penalty killer. Puck rolling around. Ogden couldn't get to it there. It's ladled over to Hamilton. His shot at the outside of the post and rolled right back into the corner. And DU will get there and send it the length of the ice. DU coming down, trying to make changes. Got to be careful on your changes here. It is the period of the long change. Lale now will get off, and DU will make the complete change. Wishmeyer and Munford are now the forwards on the penalty kill. Full speed ahead comes Popoff. He ran into his own man. Windecker might have time here if he can get it through. He tries to ping one off. It got by Cohen, and look out here. Here comes Bo Jacobs in control. Shorthanded opportunity. Jacobs, the drive, he scores! On senior night, the senior Jacobs! And DU strikes first on a shorthanded goal by Bo Jacobs, and they have the 1-0 lead. 5 minutes and 4 seconds into period 2. A little cue shot. Conan couldn't keep it in. It was picked up by Jacobs, and he goes end to end on the goal. Off the ensuing face-off. Blumke with a couple of checks there, and then it'll be sent in on the far side. Good hit into the wall by Windecker. Jacobs in there to help out. It's dug out though. Sounds like Windecker on the assist. We're worried about the power play right now. Diaz sends it across. Seamock moving to the middle, looking to tow it up. Oh, he had somebody on the back door. It rolled underneath Gravelin and would not go. Now pushing and shoving ensue after the play. Unbelievable opportunity there. The shot was fanned on and it landed right underneath Gravelin and would not go, and the referee's got a couple penalties he's calling now. All of this happening at the 5-minute and 33-second mark. There's just 37 seconds left on the penalty to Bealey. How about this? Sargis willingly hopping into the penalty box. He was there 3 times yesterday. Diaz going in. Brooks going in. And it looks like it. Referees having a conversation with players from each team here. The only penalty on the board is the one to Sargis right now. How about this? The secondary assist on the goal we just got word was by Phil Graveline. So senior night, he gets a point, Windecker gets a point, and Jacobs gets a point. That's 3 of 5 right there. So Diaz and Brooks look like those are going to be coincidental, and Sargis has the extra 2 up. So we're going to go 4 aside for 37 seconds, and then Bealey will be out of the box for a DU power play. Could be a big portion of this game here. Kleiman trying to keep it in, did for a moment. Hofer then tried, he couldn't, and now Seamock's got it. Or excuse me, that's D'Amico. Back check by Poland, good stick lift by Poland, but he couldn't get it out as it just rolled to center. Looking to bring it back in and a big shoulder check. Look out, puck to the middle, winding and firing, and Popoff couldn't find it. Popoff again loose in front. Look out here. Opportunity for the Eagles. Final 8 to go with a 4 aside. They get the cycle game. Popoff trying to feather it through. Good job by Walsh knocking down that centering pass. 1-0. Bealey out of the box. DU to the man advantage. Walsh with speed. Winding, fakes the shot. Now outside. A bad angle shot. Save rebound loose. Cleared off the glass. Held in though. Windecker a shot. That got the backboards. Bollinger now trying to keep it in. He'll go in after it. It's loose in some skates. Dug out by Kleiman. Rolled back to Windecker. He'll shoot. That shot was blocked and cleared out to center. Pontello, nice play on the shot block and then the backhand clear. Gravelin will tee it up. Kleiman to come get it. He was forced. Good forechecking pressure here on the penalty kill. And they're making Winkler work for it as he goes end to end. Let's see if he stays out there. He will. Boy, he wasted a lot of energy. I shouldn't say wasted. Used a lot of energy. And he'll go back down and do it again. 40 to go in the DU power play. Trying to get it out of their zone. Winkler with a big check behind the play, but Windecker's going to bring it in. Windecker a drive, a riser that got the glass. Bollinger trying to get over on it. Kleiman did a flyby. White's going to push it further. Trying to swing it out will be Martinino. Coming over to play it will be Lael on the backhand. Kept it for a moment, still kept it. Bollinger now. Wanted to get a give and go going. Couldn't keep it, get it out of his skates. Puck flipped up into the air. Lael took a swing at it, and it's going to be brought now back by the Eagles. Shot on, Gravy a save, 10 to go in the power play, and good job there by the Eagles forward, or excuse me, that's actually the defenseman, the junior defenseman, Tyler Martirano, forcing Phil Gravelin to hold it. And with 12:34 to go in period 2, 8 seconds left in the DU power play. Panthers will control the draw here. Bo Jacobs looking for another end-to-end rush. He's got the goal. Jacobs drifts wide. Jacobs the backhand. Ogden loose in front. He scores! It's in for Ogden! Oh, and the netminder with a slash and a half into the belly of Jacobs, and 3 guys just hit Bo on that play. But Ogden finally breaks through. What an end-to-end rush by Jacobs. He got it to the middle, and it was Ogden following up on the play. Gets to the net. It barely had enough to get to the back of the net, but it finds its way over the line, and DU now up by a pair. 7:39, the time of the call. I have no idea why there's a Panther in the penalty box right now. See, this is why I need a color commentator so I can get somebody to keep an eye on what's going on here. There's a Panther in the box. That was the coincidental call from before. The new penalty on the board is the one Christopher Seamock is off. I got to believe that there should be one serving for the netminder, too. I don't know how that slash went on not seen. Timeout called by Robert Morris. There's only one penalty on the board, and it's the Seamock again. It was a two-handed slash into the stomach of Jacobs by the netminder, and he has a weird skate in front of the DU bench. So they let the one to the goaltender go, but they will catch the Seamock penalty for tripping. So DU, it was the goal by Ogden came 6 seconds after the power play had expired. So that was not a power play goal, but DU right back on the power play. McCarthy now settling in to take this draw. He'll take it against 22 Pontello. One by DU. Windecker in his own end. Poole cues one off the wall to Lale. He'll cycle back, and coming to get it will be McCarthy. Windecker drops back. McCarthy will bring. He got knocked off the puck, though. Nice physical play there by Winkler, and Kuda just shoots it back down. And with already 30 gone by, DU's got to load up again here. That first pass missed, but Poland comes and grabs it. One to kick it to a player. Now he flipped it high. That didn't go anywhere, and Poland's going to try to hit the line with speed. He overskated, and then it's turned over. Rough power play start here, and pop-off shot hit a leg, goes off into the corner. Spinning away from trouble there was D'Amico. Killing some time here on the man advantage. D'Amico going back, and he'll actually get it all the way deep here, and a rough start to the P here for DU, and a big shot off the glass. And they're forced on a real good penalty kill. Kleiman was going off. DU playing catch around the boards here. They can't settle this puck, and finally now it'll be grabbed by Frank over the line with it. Frank wanted to drop it to Bollinger. Bollinger got hit. Lyle a shot, and that thing's blocked, so the faceoff will go in deep. 49 still to go in the power play. DU has not been able to get out of their own way on it thus far. Seamock now had words for, or excuse me, that was D'Amico 14, not 4. Seamock is the one in the box. D'Amico now going off. It really appears as if DU has gotten to Robert Morris here a little bit. Now, I haven't seen a lot of Robert Morris play, so this may be their style with a lot of conversation and chipping and stuff after the whistle, but DU is really working on him on that end here. Off a face-off win, puck gets rifled around. Walsh tried to keep it, and it'll go all the way down, and more good penalty killing here as Riley's full speed ahead. Gravelin plays it around. It was intercepted by Hamilton. They work it to the middle. Riley ran into Frank, and now Frank will turn. 3 Panthers up with it. Bollinger's got it in the middle. Fourth joins. Bollinger a shot, and it was fought off and held. And Jacobs gets pushed through the break zone in front of the netminder, D. Cristofaro. And again, umbrage was taken with that play. Face-off stays in deep with a half minute to go on the power play. Eckler now out there to take the draw. Eckler won the draw. Frank rose it in deep. Bad angle shot by Bollinger, side of the net. Bollinger threw it in front. Nobody had gotten there. Kuda hit hard by Frank and forced him not to get it out. Good job keeping in. Mason Bollinger spins away from troubles. Sends it down low to Frank. Back to Bollinger. Bollinger finds room to the point. Walsh couldn't shoot it. They'll peel off to Jacobs. 7 to go in the man advantage. Jacobs with a little slap pass, and forced there is Eckler. Laid in Bollinger, threw it in front. Nobody was there, and that puck's going to be cleared down the ice. Look out here. The player is out of the penalty box, and a good job by Gravelin just to play it up. Winkler will help keep it close. He's run into. Eckler now will go into the corner. It's tied up there. Dug out by the Eagles. Controlled, though, by DU. The halfway point of the hockey game has been reached. Bollinger will chip it in and try to get by Kuda, which he did. Bollinger got an elbow. A little bit of a stick up by Mason. Everything seems none the worse for wear, and let's go on here. Back to get it will be Bealey. Bealey flips it out to center, and the Eagles will follow up by dumping it right back in on DU. It's going to be rifled around the wall. Ogden was calling for it the whole time. Good little touch pass to the middle. Will be grabbed and brought over the line by Wishmeyer. He left it for Flood, and Wishmeyer had his stick lifted, and Seamock's back up with it. Look out, room for Sargis. And he had it poked away. Good defensive back check by Windecker. Then Sargis fired one through, and it missed the man cutting to the net for the Eagles. Pressure now there. That shot got knocked down by Windecker and then knocked away by Bealey. Good defensive play by the Panthers. It gets to Flood, who will clear the zone. Flood fighting through some stick checks. Flood still fighting through. Now he'll chip and go in after it. Twos will cut him off. A nice hit by Flood. Legal play there. Flood tried to one hand on the stick it to the middle. That didn't work. Seamock skate to stick. You got it, I take it. Helter-skelter we go. Chapman over the line. Cut off by Windecker. Windecker hooked down to the ice. No call coming there. Twos was forced from behind by Kleiman. Directed in. Grabbed by Windecker. He'll clear it off the wall. Ogden's knocked it away from himself just a little bit too far, and we get an offside here as Sargis having a conversation with Kleiman. He'll now peel off. Kleiman will peel over to the face-off circle as he will stay out. Ogden from Jacobs. Jacobs from Windecker and Gravelin. Those are the goal-scoring play for your Panthers. They get 2 minutes and 31 seconds apart. That's going to be iced by DU as they couldn't get the break out there, and that'll move the face-off all the way down. A relatively fresh line here, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue for the Panthers. Munford to take the draw. It's won by the Eagles. They get it back to the point, working over to Kuda. Kuda down was Kleiman. Kuda worked around it. Look out. He's coming in sharp angle, and he fired one, and that missed the net. Big rebound. Karam's out here. Could be a 2-on-1. Kleiman missed it. Get your head up, Robert. And he luckily did, but he couldn't take the puck with him. And a big hit thrown by Munford. Ellis now turns to the middle, and that missed Pantello on the backside. Munford went and had another big check looking. That one didn't connect, though, and Kuda will keep it in. Munford had another opportunity, and a shot redirected just in front of Gravelin. Penalty upcoming here. DU a tripping call as it's grabbed by Gravelin, and DU will have to go to the penalty kill. A trip is going to be the call. This is at the 11:58 mark. And it's going to be to number 5, Cody Walsh. Ogden and Flood will be the penalty killers for the first wave. Off the draw, they work it to the point. Montague get hands off, and now Toes hands off, and he'll get it back now. Back over to Montague. Winding and firing a backdoor pass, and it was directed just wide. Gravelin's got it, and Ogden trying to push his man out of the way, and DU's just making sure they mark their territory accurately. Face-off still deep in the DU end. Eagles in control. Montague now sends it back to Twos. Kept it in. Dangerous play there. Seamock now. Cycles off and peels off. There's a rifled shot that's deflected, and it's in. It got deflected on the way through, and Robert Morris will score on the power play. Time of the goal will be 12 minutes and 24 seconds. I believe the original shot was taken maybe by 16 Sargis. And that thing hit something and just kind of fluttered its way into the back of the net. Sargis got the tip, so it was definitely directed in front. And with 7:35 to go in period 2, we're back to a 1-goal hockey game. That's going to be sent down, and that's going to have enough for icing. And we'll move the faceoff back now down into the DU offensive end. Eckler in to take this face off after the icing call. Eckler got back body dropped. He seems none the worse for wear. O'Connell's pass got up and spinning away was Ernst, flipping it high into the air. It hit Winkler. This is an onside play. Windecker bumps with Winkler, and now controlled by Robert Morris. And DU instead will just fire it around. Hit a stanchion, bouncing puck, and grabbed by DU. Maybe a rush here. Could be a 3-on-2 over the line. Bollinger drop back. Bollinger snaps one. Puck is loose. Frank, a chance. It never got through. And it'll be kicked away. Now Frank on it. He's running into the wall by O'Connell. Fought through one check. Eckler had it poked away from him. O'Connell now trying to tie it up along the wall. It'll get to Ernst, and he'll slap it to the line. Windecker kept it in. His shot hit a leg, and on second effort, it's flipped out to center. Good chance for the Panthers. Nice touch pass here by Frank. Gets it to Bollinger. 1-on-3. He'll just play it in deep. Diaz and Frank going after it. Frank's got it. Moved it to the middle. It missed Kleiman. Windecker kept it. Then it was knocked down. Good job by Windecker to get back. It might still be a 3-on-2. They'd work it to the middle on the other end. Pentello now back to the outside. All the way around the net. Wrapping attempt. Sharp angle shot. And Gravelin, I believe, gloved it. Face off with 6:18 to go. We'll be deep in the DUN. Nice job by Phil, making sure that there was nothing in front there. Puck to the corner now. 4-2 battle. Lale puts his man back down. His man will fall down. Covering the puck, though. Lale and Munford kind of bodyguarding. What do we got? We got a hand pass, and that's going to move the face-off down the ice with 6:04 to go in a 2-1 hockey game. Still Munford, Kleiman. Well, nope, check that. Munford will now go off. Poland will come on and join McCarthy and Kleiman on an offensive zone face-off. Trying to generate a little bit more offense here. It's won by DU. Kleiman was able to spin out of trouble, roll it down to Poland, who couldn't quite get it to McCarthy, and Walsh will fire it back in. DU touches up, Poland and McCarthy in after it. Kuda's behind the net with it. Trying to reverse his flow. Good job by Poland to tie it up there. McCarthy now trying to get Popoff out of his way. It's dug free. Kuda got a leg on it, and Popoff will grab it. Good active stick by Lale. Kept it for a moment, but now look out. D'Amico moving in, a forehand shot, and I believe Gravelin got a piece of that one out of play. Another stellar save by the DU senior netminder here on senior night. 5:33 to go in period 2. The face-off, puck's going to be rolled out to center where Diaz controls to O'Connell and right back in, and DU with an active stick gets it right back out. Blumke trying to force the play. O'Connell now looking for a stretch pass. That didn't get through as Riley is now will cut to the net. Gravelin will play it around. Brooks with his head up, ran his man off, and look out, his man went down heavily. Looks like he's okay, but he'll quickly peel off. Legal hit, two guys going for the puck, just a sandwich along the boards. Held in at the line, though, there by Diaz. Look out, he's got Ellis. Ellis tried to kind of go tic-tac-toe, and that doesn't work. Munford will lay it back around. Brooks trying to get over on it. Couldn't keep it on the wall, so he'll just let it roll out and chap it off the wall. Missed Blumke. Bump by Brooks. A little bit of a swing attempt there by Munford. Couldn't knock it away from Sergis, and Bealey fires it right back around. Brooks hit hard into the wall. Good job protecting himself. There's a shot. It didn't get through. Two guys were on the backside of the net there, and Windecker gets it to Blumke. Blumke fires it by O'Connell. It'll roll towards the net. Brooks trying to get there. DU wants to complete a change. Seamock throws it off the boards. Didn't hit anybody, and Jacobs is on it now. DU finishing a change. Bealey on the backhand. Conan couldn't make a play on it. Now Wishmeyer trying to decide to bring it over the line. It looked like Ogden had kept his leg on the blue line. Referee disagrees. We'll get a whistle and a face-off with 4:19 to go in the period. Very demonstrative Ogden, trying to point at all the ways that he was still onside. Referee sees it differently. Face-off right in front of us here, and Ogden will settle into this draw right next to Sargis again. Quickly just knocked out of the... Flood gets back onside. No, Flood was still on the wrong side of the blue line when the puck hit him. Face-off will stay in deep as it's Ogden, Wishmeyer, and Flood out there. Sargis and Chapman, along with Seamock for the visitors. They'll control the face-off. Jacobs trying to jump into it. Very active tonight. Look out, that was just out of the reach. Ogden tried to toe drag the follow-up by Jacobs. He rifled it just wide. Now a puck cleared out, and Wishmeyer will be up and slap it right back towards the net. This is an onside play as Seamock now brings it in, and Jacobs just ran him right off into the wall. Chapman now. Fired right around by Wishmeyer, open ice. This will not have enough for icing, and in full flight is Flood. Hacked at and worked right to the middle. Nobody was there for DU as they, I believe, were finishing a change. No, it's still Ogden and Wishmeyer out there. Sargis couldn't fight through. Ogden now in a foot race. He does battle with Cohen. Forced up the wall. Brooks trying to make a play on Ernst and couldn't. Turning back will be Sargis. Right up the middle. A shot on a rising one that Gravelin got a piece of. 3:20 to go, period 2, DU by 1. Seamock rolling wide, and that shot goes wide. A centering pass didn't get through. Blumke now. He's hit hard into the wall. Control now by Brooks. Lowers the shoulder and gets wide. 2-on-1. He's got Munford going. Brooks moving into the net. Where is it? Underneath and would not go, and Blumke is in a headlock, and he just pushes his way off and pushes his man off. And I gotta believe they're gonna be, let's see, the referee pointed, somebody's going off here. Munford went over to Kudo and they had words and a little slap there and sportsmanship. Something unintentional must have happened. It looks like Blumke's the only one going. So it's a slash, so it wasn't just the fact that they scraped. I guess they're going to say that because Blumke slashed, that is what the actual penalty is. And now DU is going to have to kill a penalty after giving up a power play goal just a few moments ago. Face-off won by DU. Munford sends it down the ice. Save was made. Puck can be knocked away. Ooh, just went over the stick of Wishmeyer. These two still killing penalties together even though they're not line mates. Montague back. He'll look to lead the rush. Instead, he'll drop back. Trying to catch up with it was 13, and able to do so was Ernst. He'll now work all the way deep. Centering pass to the skate. Got right back to the point, and D2D passing gets it over to Montague. Montague rolling it in further. And Windecker will help. And a DU player gets it down the ice. 1:23 to go in the man advantage. Two's with it. Smooth play here as he'll hit Sargis over the red line. Sargis cut in and moved it by Windecker. Walsh will come over and look to tie it up along the wall. Angled back to the point where McConnell has it. He'll switch off with Diaz. Gets it over to Diaz. A shot! A lot of bodies in front. It hits a Panther player. It's loose. There's a scramble. Look out! It's underneath Gravelin, and it wouldn't go, and DU will clear it away. Dangerous opportunity there, and we've had a couple of these net mouth scrambles that have been outstanding hockey to watch, and that one got cleared away. Now Ogden out in a penalty killing role. He's really had the legs moving in this hockey game. Flood now is with him. Trying to step by, trying to cut in. A chance as Diaz went end to end, and Gravelin got a leg on that one. Sargis plays it off. They work it back up high. McConnell shaded. Seamock all the way around. Slapper blocked off by Flood with 16 to go in the power play. That puck will get the netting, and we'll get a whistle here in a face-off. 1:17 to go in the power play. Or excuse me, in the period. 13 to go in the man advantage. they're going to say that the puck hit an Eagle player on its way out of play. So face-off will be right at the red line, and good face-off win. They push it a little bit forward. Now just 10 to go in the kill. Looking to step up into it was Jacobs. It gets in deep. Beeling and Hamilton will go after it into the corner. One, and now we're even strength. Beely's got to get it away from Hamilton. Sharp angle. They work it back down low. A wrap attempt, and that went high and wide. Beely just rolled it up the wall. It got by McConnell, and now it's sent out, and DU will bring back. Over the line, a shot on, and a save was made. Wishmeyer looking to spin away from trouble. It's a little bit of an elbow to the head, none the worse for wear, and we go on. Wishmeyer needs off, 42 to go in the period. The rush is led by Diaz. His lead feed was too far, but D'Amico will still go in after it. A little bit of interference run on Beely. Everything to the outside, now work to the point. O'Connell on it, wanted to tee it up. That shot never found its way to Gravelin. Beely wanted to reverse flow. He didn't have anybody to reverse it to. It's poked up normal side, up along towards the bench, and again a check thrown, and they're going to get Beely for boarding. I think that was one where the sound got the official more than anything else, but Beely is going to go off for boarding. Or checking from behind, pick your poison. And that's going to happen at the 1949 mark. And with that, DU has to go right back to the penalty kill. Cleared down the ice, and that'll basically do it for the power play, for the period. Diaz back, he'll hold 2-1, and DU. No score through 1. DU wins period 2 by a score of 2-1. That's where we're at right now. Really good, once again, entertaining period of hockey. We'll come back and recap this one in just a moment. Conversations, high fives, and I love this here. Phil Gravelin getting an escort by 4 Panther players over to the locker room because he has to cross through. As they switch ends here, they have to cross through each other to get to the locker room. That was some excellent visual right there, folks. We're going to, like we said, come back and recap this one. DU on top by 1 with 40 in the books against Robert Morris. We're coming back after this brief but all-important timeout.
Taste is what makes a pizza a Jets pizza. Our special recipe, combined with only high-quality ingredients, fresh dough made daily, rich sauce, and premium mozzarella cheese gives you a great-tasting pizza, no matter what the occasion. Whether it's a family gathering at home or watching your favorite team in your dorm room, call and ask us about our Jets Pizza's monthly specials. You can call to order one of our specialty pizzas or build one to your own taste with free-flavored crust. And make sure to ask for our coupon prices when they're joining us at our place for lunch or enjoying delivery at your place for a meal or snack. Jets Pizza can deliver not only pizza, but salads, wings, subs, Jets bread, cinnamon sticks, and Coke products. Catering service is available for parties of all sizes. Call your Davenport University Jets in Caledonia at 9349 Cherry Valley Avenue at 891-8800.
Life is short, eat better pizza. Let's get Jets.
The piggy bank. When you were a kid, it was the symbol of savings and responsibility, helping you to save money for the things you really wanted. Today, you can simply shop at Meijer, where your money goes further with our low Meijer prices on thousands of items you use every day. And don't forget about our great sales. Plus, you can save even more by signing up for M-Perks, so you can take advantage of great offers with our digital coupons and rewards. Meijer's just like a piggy bank, but even better.
Broadmoor Motors is a family-owned and operated dealership that also rents vehicles. Broadmoor has small to full-size cars, 12 passenger vans, minivans, sports cars, and more. That variety, plus their exceptional service, is what's made them become Davenport University's preferred rental company. They also have an extensive selection of pre-owned vehicles for sale. Broadmoor stands by their philosophy of a no-pressure sales approach and a reputation for providing Grand Rapids with quality pre-owned vehicles. Located just south of M6 on the corner of M37 and 68th Street in Caledonia, and now serving Hastings, Broadmoor has you covered for all of your automotive needs for rental, sales, and service.
Have you ever chartered a bus? No? Well, maybe you're missing something. Think about the last time you loaded up the family, the soccer team, the church group, the relatives, and neighbors, or some people from work. Then you drove to Chicago, Detroit, Lansing, Indy, or wherever, probably in several cars or SUVs. Fun, huh? Charter a Cardinal bus. A spacious, comfortable Cardinal bus saves you time, hassle, and money. And it's the greenest way to travel. Buses use 80% less fuel per passenger than the average car. Cardinal takes care of directions, parking, and traffic while you and your group relax and enjoy the trip in comfort. Reclining seats, big picture windows, a restroom, and a multi-screen DVD. Let Cardinal Buses take you there. Visit cardinalbuses.com or call 1-800-521-6006.
Does your office have a combination of printers, copiers, scanners, and fax machines that aren't working together, are unreliable, inefficient, and often poorly suited for their tasks? This efficiency drain can hurt your business and your image. Michigan Office Solutions gives you control of imaging, managing and storing your documents so you can reduce expenses while operating more efficiently. Michigan Office Solutions specifies the most reliable, trouble-free office equipment in the industry. For more than 50 years, Michigan businesses have known they can count on Michigan Office Solutions to improve the way they get things done. Check them out at mos-xerox.com. Again, that's mos-xerox.com. Michigan Office Solutions. Our people, one purpose. Delivering a world-class customer experience.
Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge. Voted Grand Rapids' best sports bar 6 years in a row. The best in sports action. Red Wings, Pistons, NCAA basketball, including every second of March Madness. Daily drink specials. 22 beers on buffet Monday to 2 p.m. Happy hour with appetizer menu. Incredible takeout and late night pizza specials. Kitchens open until 1:30 a.m. every night. Check out all the great specials and events at uccellos.com. Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge, where great food and sports come together in Grand Rapids, Caledonia, and Standale.
Welcome back to Senior Night here, folks. Second intermission here between your Panthers and the Robert Morris Eagles. DU on top by a score of 2-1 with 40 in the books. Let's recap that second period. Only one thing on the score sheet in the first period was a penalty. Period number two, things really took off. First, we had Bealey going off for hooking at the 4:10 mark. While DU would get a save from Gravelin, an outlet by Windecker. Jacobs goes end to end and scores one. And the goal by Jacobs end to end. The rush by Jacobs end to end lets a rocket shot go, and he would get DU up in this one. After Sargis and Diaz and Brooks go off at the 5:33 mark, DU would get another power play. Actually, get their second power play of the game. While on that power play, Jacobs did another end-to-end rush. This time he sent it to the middle on a backhand shot. It was kicked by the netminder, Cristofaro, but it was left in the slot. Ogden crashed in the net, taps it on, and just 6 seconds after, and DU leads 2-1. Walsh would then go off for tripping at the 11:58 mark on a play that would then lead to a power play and a goal for the Eagles at the 12:24 mark. The goal was Chapman, assisted by Sargis, and number 2 twos, and that is how draw back to within one. Couple more penalties for DU. A slashing call to Blumke at 16:06. DU got through that. And so far, they've gotten through the whopping first 10 seconds of the Bealey penalty for checking from behind at the 19:49 mark, and that's right where we're at. Folks, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to go through what's coming up on the Davenport Athletic Network today. And stay tuned. You're listening to the Athletic Network.
Taste is what makes a pizza a pizza. So recipe, combined with only high-quality ingredients, fresh dough made daily, rich sauce, and premium mozzarella cheese gives you a great-tasting pizza. No matter what the occasion, whether it's a family or watching your favorite team in your dorm room, call and ask us about our Jets Pizza's monthly specials. You can call to order one of our specialty pizzas or build one to your own taste with free flavored crust. And make sure to ask for our coupon. Call. Whether joining us at our place for lunch or enjoying delivery at your place for a meal or snack, Jets Pizza can deliver not only pizza, but salads, wings, subs, jet spread, cinnamon sticks, and Coke products. Catering service is available for parties of all sizes. Call your Davenport University Jets in Caledonia. 49 Cherry Valley Avenue at 891-8800.
Life is short. Eat better pizza. Let's get.
comfortably in several cars or SUVs. Fun, huh? Charter a Cardinal bus. A spacious, comfortable Cardinal bus saves you time, hassle, and money. And it's the greenest way to travel. Buses use 80% less fuel per passenger than the average car. Cardinal takes care of directions, parking, and traffic while you and your group relax and enjoy the trip in comfort. Reclining seats, big picture windows, a restroom, and a multi-screen DVD. Let Cardinal Buses take you there. Visit cardinalbuses.com or call 1-800-521-6006.
Does your office have a combination of printers, copiers, scanners, and fax machines that aren't working together, are unreliable, inefficient, and often poorly suited for their tasks? This efficiency drain can hurt your business and your image. Michigan Office Solutions gives you control of imaging, managing and storing your documents so you can reduce expenses while operating more efficiently. Michigan Office Solutions specifies the most reliable, trouble-free office equipment in the industry. For more than 50 years, Michigan businesses have known they can count on Michigan Office Solutions to improve the way they get things done. Check them out at mos-xerox.com. Again, that's mos-xerox.com. Michigan Office Solutions. Our people, one purpose, delivering a world-class customer experience.
Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge. Voted Grand Rapids' best sports bar 6 years in a row. The best in sports action. Red Wings, Pistons, NCAA basketball, including every second of March Madness. Daily drink specials. 22 beers on tap. Express lunch buffet Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Grand Rapids' favorite happy hour with the $2.99 appetizer menu. Incredible takeout and late night pizza specials. Kitchens open until 1:30 a.m. every night. Check out all the great specials and events at uccellos.com. Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge, where great food and sports come together in Grand Rapids, Caledonia, and Standale.
Ogden's 11, Ogden's 11th. Jacobs is 8th. That's got the 2 for DU. The 1 scored by Chapman for the visitors. He has tallied his 7th of the year. That's our scoring thus far. When Matt Ogden records a point, DU on the year is 16-0. 16-0 when Matt Ogden records a point. Let's hope that trend stays, and DU will have 2 big wins this weekend. 20 minutes of hockey to determine that. 2 teams coming to center ice here. DU with 1:50 of penalty kill time to get through first. It's a Bealey boarding call that they're dealing with right now. Windecker and Munford and Wishmeyer and Jacobs are the penalty killers for DU. 3 of those guys seniors, with the netminder Graveline making it 4. The only one not out there is Brooks. Face off, knocked back towards Diaz, and he's got control now, and we are underway in the third and deciding period. Diaz gains the line and fires it in deep. It'll go all the way around. 3 Eagles over along the wall there. Seamock couldn't handle it. Bouncing puck. Windecker trying to turn away from traffic. His clearing attempt hit Munford and stayed in the zone. 3 Eagles up high. They work at McConnell on a give and go. Now side of the net. Down low. Bad angle shot. They score! Seamock from a sharp as angle as you can be. Had the feet below the red line. Fires it up and over the shoulder of Graveline, and we are tied at 2. Time of the goal, just 27 seconds here, and the 2-0 lead for DU has been erased. Well, the Panthers now got to respond. It'll be Munford with his line mates Kleiman and McCarthy to do so. Last time DU had scored tied last night, it took them 31 seconds to get their lead back. Let's see what they do here now that they've lost the lead. The clear by Walsh will go for icing, and that's so it'll be Seamock from Sargas and Diaz. That's the goal. That's the tying goal, and DU was going to need 1 more to win this one. Bouncing puck in the slot. Look out here, and this rolled on goal, but wide, I should say, by Pentello. And another clear, and this is going to go for icing again here. DU trying to get out of their own way here with 53 seconds gone by, and they're not going to be able to switch again, although they do have, with the exception of Munford, these are fresh guys here. Munford started the period. Draw one to the point and flipped on in deep. Good hit by Lale to take his man out of the play. Falling down with a couple players falling down here. Meanwhile, it's worked to the point. A shot that missed the net wide, and finally Lale was able to unfurl with the player behind the net, and Kleiman's got it. He tries to center it across and nicely does to McCarthy, and that's going to be, I guess he fanned on it or it hit him. No, it hit a player and a centering pass. Scores! Kleiman in front! What a centering pass, and just like yesterday, less than a minute after the game is tied, DU takes their lead back. McCarthy hit stump and hit a man that seemed to slow it up. He followed up, took it in deep, fired it across, and Kleiman was able to get to the post and jam it in. We have another one-goal lead here for the Panthers. Now Robert Morris will look for more. Munford will also get an assist on it. DU with the lead back. That's going to roll down, and icing here as Bealey will get back for it. 1:18. It's Kleiman from McCarthy and Munford. Kleiman's goal, he had one last night too. He now has 13 on the year. Off the draw. Puck loose side of the net, and that will roll in front. And controls had by the Eagles side. That was hit with a high stick, but it'll be controlled by Bealey, who will gently lay it in. Hughes back to get it. Throws the brakes on, wants to try the other way. Wanted Riley, didn't really have it there. It's cleared, held in though by Bealey. Thrown to the middle. Frank trying to get it out of his skates. He does, he's got Bollinger down low, and Mason never found it. Big hit thrown there. Good job by Frank. He kind of laid off just to make sure there was no penalty coming. Then a slap over by Frank, gets it to Bollinger. Bollinger looking ahead. Eckler had gotten too far, but no icing. Eckler behind the net. Fighting through a stick check, wanted to center. Diaz ties him up there. Eckler still trying to dig it out of skates. Diaz turns, clears it to the line, and Hofer will corral at center ice Jacobs. Quick slap off the board. Big hop, directed a little bit further by Flood. Now the Eagles turn, 17:26 to go. Outlet here, Chapman had it knocked away from him by Jacobs. Diaz on a follow-up and a one-timer pass, and Seamock could never control it. Jacobs on the backhand, lays it around the wall. Tied up there was Flood, but he still was able to get the force out the center. Turnover force now. Flood trying to fight through the middle. Gets to Ogden, stick on the backhand. A shot saved, rebound. Ogden will get it on the follow-up. Puck in deep now. Flood on it. Backdoor chance, didn't connect. There's a bad angle shot to get the side of the net. Wishmeyer now dangerous in there. Couldn't get to the middle and Flood. Seamock. Up into the air it goes. Sargis knocked it down. O'Connell on the follow-up. That hit a glove, and it'll be a whistle here. And with 16:42 to go, we'll have a face-off in front of the DU bench. Bollinger versus Ernst, won by the Panthers. It's Walsh on it. He'll lay it on back. Stretch pass, good job by Eckler to get a stick on it and send it in. How about Brooks with speed on toes? He just ran him off. Puck rolled around to the near side. Follow-up comes from Winkler. Cleared to the line, not out. Eckler just snaps one, and a save was made. Check that it was Poland on it. A rising shot was gloved off. 16:24 to go. DU by 1. Face off one back to the point. Lale tees it up. That was blocked. Good job by Lale to at least stay in there to not allow a break the other way, and that's a rising shot that got blocked out of play as Ernst let it go, and that face-off will move back down, or will stay here in the DU end. Face-off in deep now here for DU. Bollinger won it. Windecker played it around. Poland's on it. He's got Brooks breaking with him. Poland will do a little self-chip and chase here. He got Montague turned around. Poland pushes it further. It was just out of the reach of Brooks. Beely now wanted to send it deep. Couldn't. Look out here. Chance for Popoff. 2-on-1. Windecker coming over. Popoff throws the brakes on. They send it through, and a good defensive play. Beely tying up his man as well. Bollinger with a check. There's a bump by Windecker. Spinning away from one here. They got D'Amico. Throws it in front, and he got wiped out, and it'll be grabbed now by Poland. 1-on-1 as he'll move through. Montague kicks to a stick, and he fanned on it. Actually was knocked away at the last minute. Poland now wants to send her to Brooks. Brooks now on the backhander. Rising shot hit an arm. Puck cleared off the wall. Drive by Windecker, didn't get through. Beely now as both teams make changes. And he'll just decide to snap it in. Coming out of the zone with it now will be Kuda. Stretch pass is a good one, but unable to handle it cleanly was Ellis. He'll now backhand it in, and DU will now get it out. Trying to follow up will be Portello. Sent in deep by number 22, Pontello. A group gathers down side of the boards here. Puck now squirts free, and it'll be grabbed by McCarthy. Trying to get it to climb, and it was knocked away from him. The Eagles will just hack at it. Munford on it will send it right back in deep. 14 minutes, 48 seconds to go. The attack now by McCarthy with a check. The follow-up from Hofer. He had it knocked away. Pontello hooked down. Chipping and chasing will be Ellis. Jacobs with a golf swing hack at it, and that'll get out to center. Didn't have enough for icing. Boy, he makes that play better than anybody. Big hit thrown. There's McCarthy, runs into his man. Room on the far side. Look out here. There's a drive, and Gravelin got it. And again, Jacobs took something off that clear. Nice little rush and a nice save there, as I believe it was Saragas, and it's actually a... What do we got? I'm sorry. I didn't think it was icing. I didn't think it was going to have enough for icing, but I guess it did, so DU will not be able to change here. Eckler on the face-off. Chapman in there too. Ogden looking for it. No, Ogden wasn't on the ice there. That puck slides right on through anyway. Bollinger hadn't gained the red line. He's gotten a foot race, and Ogden cut off O'Connell. Great job by Ogden, and he paid for his effort, but a good job there, and DU will get fresh defensemen on. But wait, here comes Seamock. Trying to spin a Rama. Kick save by Gravelin. He was stumbling, but he made the save. Ogden was run over. Look out here as Wishmeyer was hooked down to the ice. Wishmeyer then played it back. He wanted to get it to a teammate. It doesn't work. A drive goes wide. Diaz, a bad angle shot save. Helter-skelter we go as Walsh's bump. Puck cleared to the line, be touched, no icing. The goaltender will come out to play it. That's Di Cristofaro. Teeing it up now for the Eagles. 13:33 to go. DU by 1. Look out here, a turnover. Wishmeyer now throws the brakes on, spins back, looks, and will just lay it around the wall. Flood got forced off. Brooks will go help. Puck couldn't squirt all the way through to the front of the net, and O'Connell will cut off. Ernst on an outlet. More physical play. Munford pounces on a loose puck. A little bit of a curl, it gets to the net. Nobody could come up with it cleanly, and Walsh is on it. Walsh just rifles it in deep, looks at his stick. Looks like he's going to go get a fresh piece of lumber here. He'll actually go off, and Windecker will go on, but I'm sure he'll be getting a fresh piece of stick while on the bench. Ernst with a little bit of a slash. Beely now. There's a shot and a save by Gravelin. That was more of a shooting attempt. Now Windecker lifts it. And he tried to pull Q1. He didn't. DU will be unable to make changes here, but I believe they had finished one anyway. Brooksy's the only one on here for a long time. He'll look to get off as soon as if DU can get a clear here. Popoff and Hamilton, the forward line, as well as, who's the other one? D'Amico out there. Munford wins the draw back. Windecker, nice little fake. He'll keep it along the wall. Couldn't push it up forward. Now on second effort, got it to Brooks, but then Brooks couldn't make a play on it. A backhand shot was blocked. Second effort, and Popoff couldn't get either of them on goal. Kleiman now trying to tie up D'Amico, he did. Puck rolls to the middle and be left for Windecker. This time he'll chip it. This would have enough for icing, and it was waved off nicely as it could have been played by number 6, Mark Torano. Rushing back comes D'Amico. 1-on-3, he chipped it by Bealey. The follow-up and saved by Gravelin. Rebound Windecker. Hacked at by Popoff and held in. And a stick lift by Windecker didn't let Hamilton with a shot. And Windecker again will ice it. And this will be an icing call. And Coach Sweeney here trying to play the switcheroo, but Munford's got to come back on here. DU's got to start taking a couple more steps before they ice it. Munford kicked out, or excuse me, McCarthy kicked out. Munford now settles in. Windecker didn't put enough on it to get it out because he didn't want to get another icing. Now Munford banked it off a skate. 1-2 get off. Player falls down. That's going to help DU. On second effort, clearing attempt by Bealey went right into the glove of Riley. He's now got it behind that, trying to skate all the way around. Couldn't do anything there. Then Bealey will just tie up Riley along the wall. Dug out, though. Flip to the middle. Look out here. Cohen moving in. A bad angle. A shot was blocked away, and the big rebound stayed behind the net. Blumke, good job. Went for a hit. Found the puck. That puck hit a stanchion on a clearing attempt, and on second effort, it'll get down the ice. Eckler now. He'll force with Blumke. It'll get to Pontello. Too far. Back to get it will be Kleiman. Walsh and Lale out as they are fresh. Kleiman will leave it, and he needs to come off. Stretch up the middle is a good one. Blumke with it. Got somebody far side. He'll just chip and go in after it. Cohen with one hand on the stick, knocks it deeper. Flood now ties it up behind the net. 11:09 to go. Blumke wanted to center it. Never found anybody. Flood with a big check. That puck's going to roll by. They're going to say it was touched by DU, so Jacobs has got to get into a foot race back with it. He's being chased there by Sargas. Left for Hofer. Swept around, and I believe Kalutis made a glove save on that. Possibly a shoulder save, but he's in the bench. That's going to be a whistle and a face-off with 10:55 to go. That Ogden line coming out. This line's been really, really good here. Ogden, Wishmeyer, and now it looks like they're going to have Brooks out there. Hofer has it tied up along the wall. That's a defensive zone situation, so that's why you probably see Brooks out there as an extra defenseman. He's the floater tonight. Ogden sweeps it to the line, doesn't get out. Good keep by O'Connell. Ogden ran into O'Connell. There were 4 Eagles higher than the face-off dots. Diving play by Ogden, couldn't get it out. Second effort, Ogden got spun around. Chapman now, he'll backhand it deep. Hofer will go down low with Seamock. He's behind that, throws it in front. DU collapsing nicely. A big hit thrown by Sargas. Ogden forced it out to center, though. And now Ogden flips it high, and no icing there, as they say that Diaz could have played it, which he could have. He was right there. We are 7 seconds away from the midway point of period number 3. DU on top by 1. Look out, Brooks broke up that rush. He's got White and Bollinger with him. White now trying to force it back. Puck will be grabbed by Mason Bollinger, far boards, wanting to center it. He got it to Walsh. Walsh just threw it on. It was blocked, got right back over to Bollinger. Bad angle shot. It's going to be gloved off and grabbed by the netminder, D. Cristofaro. And we'll get a whistle here and a face-off with 9:51 to go in the game. Bollinger will be kicked out of the face-off circle. In to take it will be White. The other winger is Poland. White has it, tries to sweep away. He'll throw it in down low. Bollinger looked to get position. He played it up to Poland. Poland now. He's got Walsh across the ice and decided to go to Bollinger. Good little stick lift, allowed the puck to play through to him. Now throws the brakes on, wanted to center it. It's next to the net. Poland on a flyby, never got there. Good keep by Lale. He'll swing a bouncing puck towards the net, and that thing just finds the far corner. Good job getting a stick in the way there by White. 2 fan clearing attempts. DU's able to keep it in. White's wiped out. Then he took a slash at somebody. There's wild hockey here, Lale. Riley forced him, but he lays it over to Walsh. Bouncing puck, smart little play by him just to neatly get it back out to center. Bollinger forces, picked up by Poland through the Panther logo. Didn't like what he had, turned back into trouble in Winkler, and now Poland will load up. Looking for Mason, a bouncing puck, twos, going in after it. DU will make wholesale changes. Mason runs twos and off into the wall, and it's brought back 3 Eagles. It's going to be Directed in by D'Amico. He'll go into the corner and get it. Bealey goes there with him. Throws the brakes on. Good job not getting a hook there. Laid off to Popoff. Sent down low. Passing play. Good. It's loose on the backside, and D'Amico never found it. Graveline back to the near side post. D'Amico on it. Outside rim of the near side circle. He was forced there by Eckler, who's fresh off the bench. Trying to get a cycle going as Popoff sends it down low. Back onto the stick of D'Amico. DU's keeping everything to the outside here. Frank looks to get in deep. Referee watching. No calls coming. Popoff now down low. Windecker chases him. He'll send Bealey after him. We got a defenseman sneaking around. Popoff throws it deep. Eckler ran his man off. Puck cleared to the line and now brought up by Eckler. Frank behind everybody. Here comes Frank. In a hole. Scores! Frank from Eckler. What a rush there by DU. And just like that, they have a 2-goal lead with only 8:14 to go in the hockey game. Dogged work by DU defensively. It got behind the last line of defense, struggling to keep it in. Eckler poked it through 2 Eagles players. It found Frank, who carried in all alone and rifles one low and buries it, in DU with a 2-goal lead again. And D. Cristofano has been booted from this one, so off he goes. And we're back to yesterday's netminder, Anthony Petrak. They switch netminders. Petrak is back in net. DU back on top by a pair. 11:46 the time of the goal. Frank from Eckler. Jacob avoids a check and gets it deep. Centering pass, look out here. Oh, and it went out the other side. Dangerous opportunity here. Cohen will just throw it in deep. Hofer now helps out down low. Now Wishmeyer will just go and take it away. He didn't get enough on it. Cleared to the line. Never found its way on goal. Hofer. He'll rifle it around the wall. Over to play it will be Conan. He's doing a little bit of push to the back of a Panther player head. Referee says let's play on. Sargis to the point. There's a shot on by Montague. That was blocked up into the air. Hofer's tripped. Looks like the whistle's been put away for this one. Flood runs into his man. Flood now got hooked. Trying to get by here, I believe, is Jacobs. He does. Flood now on it over the line. He's got Ogden and Jacobs with him. Oh, Flood just couldn't get it to Jacobs in the middle. DU will finish a change. Stretch pass out of 3-on-2. Teeing it up. Faking. Now drifting wide will be a Eagle player on the backside of the play. Walsh knocks his man, or at least struggles with his man, and that'll be cleared down the ice. Look out here. Could be a foot race for Kleiman. Puck rolling in the slot, knocked away. Kleiman now will go back, and he'll make a hit on number 13, Ernst. Puck touched out to center ice. Lael will just rifle it back in deep. On a delayed offside, it looked like DU had touched up. They had not. We have 6:45 to go. DU up by a pair. Kleiman had his stick lifted by Winkler. It still got to a DU defenseman, and Munford directs it in. Look out, McCarthy now maybe. Can he get in? No, big collision there. It's 2 guys going at rough angles. And Winkler will bring back. Kleiman comes over the top. Kleiman is run into and shimmied down to the ice. Stepping up McCarthy with a 2-handed bump. McConnell sends it in with Walsh hunting. Lael now plays it around. Got to keep your head up here if you're pretty much anybody on the ice. McCarthy will stay in position up high. Lael tried to force it out, and on a glove work he did. They are going to say no hand passes. I guess they're going to say it hit an Eagle player more so. 6:03 to go. DU trying to sweep a weekend series at home against the number 2 team in the land. First, they got to get through this, though. Hamilton on a rush. Backhand sends it through. Nobody home on the backside of the net. That's going to be ladled in deep by D'Amico. Hamilton back on it. Ends up back on D'Amico, sticking to the corner. He's bumped by Windecker. Hamilton tried to center it again. Nothing going there. Windecker off the wall. Held in on second effort. Gotten out by Poland. Into the final 5:40 of this one. Puck up in the air as it rolls back here. Bouncing puck, trying to settle, and clearing it away will be Bealey. Good play by him. Stretched through by, but they say that it could have been played by Conan, so no icing here. D-to-D around, Montague. To the point, he gave it away. Windecker couldn't handle it cleanly. He'll lay it to Bealey. Bealey still inside the red line, fires it in, but he fired it in the glove. Montague, look out, Brooks coming late! A chance, where did he score? Brooks on the goal! The senior comes up the middle Lale on a loose puck and buries a backhander, and DU now with a 5-2 lead. A clear by DU, it lands in the slot. Brooks catches it on the backhand. The first real shot faced in this one by Petrak ends up in the back of the net, and the lead is 3 for DU. Paulin will draw the lone assist. Wishmeyer hit off into the wall. Now you definitely got to keep your head up. Jacobs looking to cut it on Seamock. He couldn't, but Flood will recover and just fire it in deep. You can expect to see a lot of that going forward. Breakout here. 3 of them come to center. It's led by Diaz. He'll throw the brakes on just inside the blue line. Tried to cycle to Seamock. They collapsed him, and Wishmeyer saucers one away, and look out here. Could be another rush. Ogden couldn't come up with it. Boy, Ogden's had good speed this entire weekend. Jacobs. He's been good tonight. Fired around. There was nobody home, but unable to pick it up off the wall. Look at that. That's going to go out of play, but I tell you, Ogden was lucky as it rolled right through both Ernst and Sargas, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off here. DU won't be able to change. We've got 4:24 to go. 3-goal bulge for DU. It was Kleiman from McCarthy and Munford. It was Frank from Eckler on a break. It was Brooks from Poland on a rebound. And it was a timeout by Coach Sweeney. Folks, we're going to take it with them. We'll be back in 30 with the conclusion of this one. DU on top. They lead by a score of 5-2.
Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge. Voted Grand Rapids' best sports bar 6 years in a row. The best in sports action. Red Wings, Pistons, NCAA basketball, including every second of March Madness. Daily drink specials. 22 beers on tap. Express lunch buffet Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Grand Rapids' favorite happy hour with the $2.99 appetizer menu. Incredible takeout and late night pizza specials. Kitchens open until 1:30 a.m. every night. Check out all the great specials and events at uccellos.com. Uccello's Restaurant and Sports Lounge, where great food and sports come together in Grand Rapids, Caledonia, and Standale.
Welcome back inside Patterson here as we've got the final 4:24 on the clock. DU on top by 3. It was 2-1 after 2. Seamock got the power play tally just 27 seconds into the period. DU has responded with 3 straight. Kleiman, Frank, and Brooks. And that's the difference. And after the icing, Lale will wire it around. Blumke couldn't get over to it. Icing again, and DU won't be able to change here. Laughter at the DU bench. I don't think it's a funny laughter. I think it's a how did you call that icing, but that's how it works sometime, and we'll get a face-off still deep in the DU end. And kicked out of the draw will be number 22, Pantello. Eckler will go up against Ernst. One cleanly back to the point, but a good force by Blumke. They couldn't set anything up. Walsh let it go. Lale, that was a boarding call against Bealey earlier in the game. Now Lale's tackled, and they're going to call it. Absolutely. They had to let the first one go. They did not let the second go, and DU will now get a power play after the holding call upcoming. Lale was boarded. That was let go. Ernst then took him in, grabbed him in, and threw him down. That could not be let go. Holding call upcoming. This is all going to happen with 4:03 to go, so that's at the 15:57 mark. DU power play, which the most important thing of this power play was probably just not give up anything on the other end. DU has cashed in on a shorthanded goal by Jacobs. And the Eagles will look to fly with it. D'Amico flipping it in. Giving chase will be Popoff. Lale will cover him behind the net. Keep your sticks low, boys, and everything will be fine on this power play. Kleiman with speed over the line. Dips the shoulder. Tries to get wide. Bad angle shot, save made. He followed right up with it on the rebound all the way around. He took a little bit of a hook, but still got over to Windecker. Flat pass down low. Side of the net, it's flipped down from a sharp angle. Save was made, and the clear will get down the ice. Penalty killers will change behind the play, and Gravelin will tee it up for the captain, Phil Windecker. The seniors' last game in here at Patterson going well so far. Kleiman trying to cut in. He got checked, but he was able to fight through it and go get the puck. DU's done that all game, been the stronger of the two teams on the puck, and that pass in front kind of handcuffed Poland. Lale runs his man right into the wall, and it's going to be followed up now by Windecker. Looking for McCarthy. Mortarino got a stick lift with Kleiman, and it ends up getting back down to the DU end, Gravelin. Into the final 2:55 of this one. 50 to go on the power play. Windecker a long shot, puts it right on. We'll get a whistle and a face-off. 2:51 to go, still 48, the man advantage for DU. Puck rattles around. Jacobs winds and fires. He actually just dumped it back around. Bollinger behind the net. Throws it in front. Nobody home. Jacobs will settle it. Smart play. Avoid a block. Avoid another one. Now he'll wire one. That hit something. Frank couldn't one-time it. There might have been room. There's a short angle shot. That's deflected away. And I believe we're going to say there was either the net's off or there was a Panther in the crease, which is 27 now to go on the power play. Frank, Walsh, Frank. Lays it, Walsh, a bouncing puck, and he took a swat at it, and a save was made there by Petrak. Good job by Bollinger getting him the puck from a sharp angle. 18 to go in the power play. Draw pulled back, trying to get into it, and good job here. Jacobs cutting in, cuts around. He's been active all game, throws it in front, comes all the way out to Frank. Didn't one-time it. Got to be smart with your shots. Walsh, couple of pump fakes, and it threw it just wide. And that might have stung off the player because he's limping around. Frank tried to center it through. Puck out of play. Power play over. 2:02 to go, and DU up by 3. Number 2, Robert Morris. Number 12, Davenport. DU winning last night's game 3-1. They carry a 5-2 lead here today. 2 games, Coach Sweeney. I tell you, going forward, I'm sure he would probably love to bottle these games and have this kind of effort every night going forward. This team has been outstanding the last 2 nights, and they just need 2 more minutes to finish strong. It's not over yet, though. Ellis moves in, and it's offside. Face-off will be right in front of us at center. Munford in to take the draw. Brooks on one side, Blumke on the other. That's fired in, back to get it Windecker. He's got Bealey with him, quick fire to Blumke. Quick stretch to Brooks, directed out. Blumke got run into. Brooks trying to follow up with it. Diaz rolls it through. Diaz got run over by Munford. Puck floating around at center. Neither team's got it. Windecker was run at, but it gets down. Brooks gets the icing negated. We got 1:31 to go. Petrak played it around. Nobody there in maroon, but on second effort, it'll be followed up and brought back by Ellis. He couldn't do anything with it. DU just pounding the Eagles right here. Finally, and then there's another player slipped down. Something must be up with the ice. We've seen a lot of players just slipping down this weekend, but DU will take it there because it would have been D'Amico going away with it. Dug out by the Panthers. Blumke will take more time off the clock. 1:03 to go. DU with a 3-goal lead over the number 2 team in the land. Played ahead by Poland. White couldn't follow up with it. Poland now gets it to White. White at the top of the circle, fires one, and that's going to be blockered up and out of play with 49.7 to go, and DU up by 3. You're looking to gain some momentum heading into a national tournament. You're looking to first actually maybe solidify your spot in the national tournament. They did that last night. Now this is to build that momentum and to keep it going. Obviously the GLCHL tournament next weekend before the national tournament, but DU doing a lot towards momentum right now. Jacobs being chased by Ernst. Stretch pass, got to the line. Good little stick lift by White. Dogged work all weekend by DU. More good work too. It's now Bollinger over the line. That's fired on. Waffle boarded away into the final 26 of the hockey game. DU again, feeling it. Guys banging on the boards. By Hofer. Didn't get all the way through. White's on it. 15 to go in this one. Coach Sweeney clapping away. He loves it. 12 seconds to go. Jacobs will peel back. One of the seniors out there. Lays it across to Hofer. Stretch pass was directed by White. The Eagles play it up ahead. Nobody wants it. D'Amico will sweep it in. DU will get a big victory. They take two this weekend against Robert Morris. A 5-2 victory for the Panthers to go with the 3-1 victory last night. What an impressive win here on senior night for DU as they get two big wins against the number 2 team in the land. They mobbed the netminder, the senior Phil Gravelin. Everybody coming in, we're giving good hugs to him. As you can see, the two teams coming together at center ice for the handshake here. It was a rough and tumble weekend, and DU played hard the entire weekend. Had a couple of chances to really get down on themselves after losing a 1-goal lead yesterday, a 2-goal lead today, and DU answering both days within a minute after the goals were scored to tie the game. DU got their lead right back, and what a happy and good way for this team to skate off Wishmeyer, Jacobs, Brooks, Gravelin, and Windecker for the last time here at Patterson on senior night, and they will leave with a big victory over the number 2 team, Robert Morris. Folks, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll recap what happened to this one. DU with a 5-2 victory as they wrap up their home slate and their regular season schedule.
Taste is what makes a pizza a Jets pizza. Our special recipe, combined with only high-quality ingredients, fresh dough made daily, rich sauce, and premium mozzarella cheese gives you a great-tasting pizza. No matter what the occasion, whether it's a family gathering at home or watching your favorite team in your dorm room, call and ask us about our Jets Pizza's monthly specials. You can call to order one of our specialty pizzas or build one to your own taste with free-flavored crust. And make sure to ask for our coupon prices when you call. Whether joining us at our place for lunch or enjoying delivery at your place for a meal or snack, Jets Pizza can deliver not only pizza, but salads, wings, subs, Jets bread, cinnamon sticks, and Coke products. Catering service is available for parties of all sizes. Call your Davenport University Jets in Caledonia at 9349 Cherry Valley Avenue at 891-8800.
Life is short. Eat better pizza. Let's get Jets.
You're listening to the postgame show on The Dan. Stay tuned for more.
The piggy bank. When you were a kid, it was the symbol of savings and responsibility, helping you to save money for the things you really wanted. Today, you can simply shop at Meijer, where your money goes further with our low Meijer prices on thousands of items you use every day. And don't forget about our great sales. Plus, you can save even more by signing up for M-Perks, so you can take advantage of great offers with our digital coupons and rewards. You know, come to think about it, Meijer is just like a piggy bank, but even better.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back inside a very happy Patterson Ice Center as DU will get a big victory here. They win this one by a score of 5-2, sweeping a weekend set against Robert Morris here at Patterson, the number 2 team in the land, taken down by your Panthers. What a weekend it was. Following up the 3-1 victory last night, let's get you into the second period here on senior night, where it started with Jacobs at the 5:04 mark while shorthanded. Bealey's in the penalty box for a hooking. Jacobs, after Windecker with an outlet, after a save by Graveline, goes end-to-end, and Bo Jacobs buries one on a rifle shot past the netminder on a great side angle rush, and DU was off and running with a 1-0 lead. After a pair of penalties, actually 2 guys going off, Diaz and Saragas at the 5:33 mark, Brooks going off at the same time off a little bit of a scrum, that led to a power play. DU unable to cash in on the power play, but again, Bo Jacobs winding up at his own end, skating through everything, getting past everyone, firing a shot on, kind of handcuffed the netminder, rebound left in the slot. Ogden coming in late, he buries one, and DU will get a 2-0 lead. They would hold that 2-0 lead until 11:58 when Walsh went off for tripping. While on the power play, the Eagles would not take long. 26 seconds while on the power play. Chapman gets the goal from Sergis, and number twos, and it was a 2-1 game. At the next big play coming at the 1949 mark. Penalty to Bealey. He goes off for boarding. DU able to kill the final 10 seconds. We go to the second intermission, then we come to the third period. It was Seamock getting the goal on the power play. He scored, assisted by Diaz and Sergis, and we had a tie game. Just like yesterday, DU gives up the goals to tie it. But in the third, Kleiman gets his 13th from McCarthy and Munford on a great centering pass by Luke. It was less than a minute after we were tied. DU recaptured the lead. Eckler poking in one through allowed Frank to break away. At 11:46, he fires it through the 5-hole. 4-2 DU. And then a bouncing puck that nobody wanted in the slot that was lifted in by Poland. Brooks was able to finish it as he backhanded one in the 5-hole, or excuse me, by the netminder's arm, and it was 5-2, DU off and running. DU with the victory. DU takes 2 from Robert Morris this weekend. 5-2 our final. Folks, that's going to do it for this season. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. A great slate of action, a great slate of games for D1 hockey and D3 hockey. The women's squad as well, very heavily, a heavy tilted schedule in their first half of the season. We got 6 or 7 games with them. Very honored to be here with Davenport Athletics, and it was very enjoyable, and I'm already looking forward to doing it again next year. Folks, the season, though, remember, the season is not over. Make sure you stay tuned to DUPanthers.com to follow the D3 and D1 squad through the national tournament, through the conference tournaments, and see how far these teams are going to go. And I tell you what, if you see this kind of effort from DU into the regional conference tournaments and into the national tournament, I tell you, they're going to be a real tough out. The win gets DU to 23-10-3. The loss drops Robert Morris to 28-6-2. Again, hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, folks. A great game for your Davenport Panthers, a great season for your Davenport Panthers. I'm Thomas Biondo. For everyone that's helped me for this season, put on such great broadcasts. That includes Matt Sikkosen, David Gerhardt, Ryan Clarkson. I had a couple other Ryans, I believe, were here with us. Everybody, the guys that ran the camera, and the guys and women that ran the camera, thank you one and all. It's been a pleasure working for you this year, and we'll be right back with you next year. Davenport wins it. They beat Robert Morris by a final score of 5-2 to wrap up the regular season. Folks, have a good one, be safe, and we'll talk to you next September.